Okay. Sorry about that. I'm doing this in high def, and the card I was using was full, so I had to switch it out. Fortunately, I have about 5 or 6 different cards, so I'm trying to, there we go, that's better. Alright, and this will probably start the 3rd video. So what we're doing is we're cutting down our paper. We need a piece that is 3 1/2. When it does that. Save that. You can use that. It's on my scrap pile. By 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut all 6 of these pieces to that size. Now sometimes it could be a little hard to figure out what you want to do when you're doing any project, really. Doesn't necessarily have to be a mini album. It can be I know I have a great grandniece and 2 grandnephews, and I owe 2 baby blankets. And I've been having the hardest time with my grandniece's baby blanket, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why. Well, I think I finally found a pattern. I mean, I've tried 6 different patterns. It's just been ridiculous. I think I finally found the one. So I can get hers done, and then I can go on to the youngest one. He just turned 1 year old. And him, I call my little cheater. He was born 2 months early. He was supposed to be born in August, right around my birthday. And he decided to come early. He decided he had to beat his brother in something, I guess. His older brother. He turns, let's see, Landon turns 4 this year. And I love them all dearly. They're the coolest kids. My grandniece, Elena, she has Chesnomi 13. So it's a form of mental retardation, but she's making strides. She's just a little behind, and she's making strides, and she's had several operations because that goes along with the child who suffers from mental retardation. And I gotta commend my niece. She's a young mother. She's barely 24. Something like that. And she's got this special needs child, and she's taking care of her on her own as a single mother. Alright, so I have for these, now I need, for the flaps I need 4 pages. And I figure for all of this, I am going to take and edge them in black soot. Since over because I want to try out my new distressings. I managed to find the Tim Holtz distressings, the small ones. Something wild just struck me. I managed to find the small ones, so I bought some, and I bought black soot for one of them. Well, they come in a pack of 5 or 6. Anyway, so they're little squares, and they're perfect for edging, because I am going to edge these papers simply because they need it. You know, I might have to add some more black and white to this from another paper line. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so these are, here's the one I folded over. So if I do 3 1/8, that could be nice. By 5 1/8. Yeah. 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. And I'm putting all this stuff together as I get all the papers cut out, because that way I know it's done and I don't have to worry about it. So 3 1/8. Oh, that looks good. Five and an eighth. Get the papers cut, and then I do look to see which directions the papers go best, and I cut them according to that. Because like an overall design like this, it doesn't matter, but then I look for the where I tore it off. I can't tell. But yeah, I'm going to edge these in black soot to at least just do the edges so that you don't see the white in the white. Alright, so those are done. Now, I'm going to have to so that I can do this. And yes, I do put my stuff together like this because then I know it's all done and together. Now for this one, I'm going back to my scraps here because I have lots of them. And there's no reason why I cannot repeat. And you see, like, there might be one that's a little wider. So, you know, like that one is perfect. And it's going to be cut inside anyway, so it's the perfect width. Hey, less cutting to do. And it's 4.5, so if I do it 4 1/4. And the thing is, I don't throw these away because you can still use them. But now you see some of my thinner or smaller ones are perfect for the sides. Now, like, since this is a big one, I know I don't have 2 of these. Well, I might be able to. I need to see how big. So if I did it 1.5 there, 1 3/4. That's not the one I want. Like this one. I can get 1 out of this one. So let me grab another piece of this one. Actually, I may save that and just take it right out of the... You see, I haven't even used this one yet. This one's going on the front. One might be out of that one. Okay, this one will work. I might have to bring out my other black and white. I'm trying to remember where I even bought that at. Alright, so now I need it 1. I forgot. Okay, that goes there. Now I need it 1 3/4, I believe it was. Yeah, 1 3/4 and 1 1/4. 1.5. So I got 1.5. And 1 3/4. So that one fits perfectly. Oh, I'll mumble to myself, 1 1/4. Alright, that takes care of the inside. Now the outside I'm going to do in this one. So I know I need 1.5. And 1 3/4. And then 4 1/4. Okay, so that is done for the plain pockets as far as paper goes. So that is done. So let's go to these. And again, I'll use scraps on this part. And I don't need full widths on here because it'll be partially covered up. So I'm looking for any that are duplicates because now, like this large print here, I'll do with this one. I know I haven't used this one yet. So I need a large print for that. So I'll go three large, 3 small. Wow. Okay, so that's 1. That's 2. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring in another thing of black and white paper. Maybe. All right. So I know I need, oh, you forgot my measurements. 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. So let's just cut them down. 5 1/4, 3 1/2. I'll try and do these 2 at a time. Just get it up a little. Remember, I was originally going to only do 2 slider pages, so I run out of enough paper to do the slider pages and can only do 2, I'll just do 2. Okay, there's that. Now, that's all of these. And for the little things, I know I need 3.5. And that's 2 by 1 3/4. So 3.5 by 1 3/4. And that I definitely can use on this dress. How big is this? So I'm probably going to put so I need at least 3.5. By 1.5. I'm looking for the wider ones. That one. Well, let's see what we got here. Actually, I'll use the gray. Alright, so I know I need, see how big this one is. 1, 2, 2 3/4. Dilemmas, dilemmas, dilemmas. If I use this one, and this one because they're not, well, that one is directional. That'll be good. It's a process. You keep going through the process, and every time you go through it, you're thinking, never again, never again. Actually, that one would work. So I do use my narrow ones. Keeping an eye on my camera. Okay. We'll use these 3 because I need the 3.5 by 1 3/4. 3/4. Okay, so there's that for those. And I'm just gonna slide them here. Now, the last ones we have to do are these 3. Like I said, I may just do 2 and hold back the 3rd. Let's see what I got in here. I think I got another small black and white one. Oh, let's just go for broke. Let's just do them all. Do all 9. I've got black somewhere. Because once I get this done, it's going to be just doing mats and things like that, and that's where I can introduce the other elements of the black and white and gray, and nobody will know the difference except you guys. I hope you don't tell on me. Because I should be able to use some of those scraps on the mats and the tags I'm going to make. So it may only be 1 or 2 pieces of extra black that I bring in. I'm trying to think of where I got this one from. It's in Hampton Arts. I have no clue. I bought it somewhere. Guess I'll have to do an online search. Alright. Now for these ones, we only have to do the 2 outside ones, so I just need 6. Again, I'm going to try and pair, excuse me, a more bold one with a more subtle one. Because like that, I pair with that. That. And then I prefer more black with that one. So 3.5, 5 1/4. Oh, I gotta make sure it's going the right way up. Considering I am going to end up with only scraps out of this whole thing, I really got to watch my cutting so I don't turn it the wrong way. Now, this one isn't all over, so I can kind of decide. I like that way. shift it. Apparently Poppy got a little too frisky with Mittens, and Mittens got her with a paw, and now Poppy is underneath my chair. So that was that little yelp you heard. Like we keep telling Poppy, gotta watch it, she's got paws on her. I find that funny. And Mittens looks so self-satisfied. But then any cat does, right? They do something, they're real proud of themselves. They don't care if it's the tackiest thing. They're still proud of themselves. They could have gotten in trouble for it and they're still proud of themselves. Alright. So that is done. Okay, I need to do a couple things on this. I'll put that up at top. Again, this is going to get the tie-back up here. And even though, I mean, it's going to go through several layers, I'm still going to include a strip of tie back in there, just for my mind. If for some reason that is sticking out and bugging me. Now, when they do slider cards and they put that inside piece, and I know I could have taken and just done the 11.5, but you see then I would have had to add this little strip here. It's just easier this way. So whichever one is going to be my center, which is probably going to be this, I think, no, it's going to be the one that folds down in, because this is going to be my top. I'm going to have to do a little bit of cutting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over here and I am going to go I know what I could do. There's always a way. Because I want to make that center a little indented. Because this is the one that is coming down. Now, actually if I put it up this way. I don't want to indent it a lot. I just want to take and go down about 3/4 of an inch and in 1/2 inch. It doesn't have to be accurate because I can do. So basically what I am doing is I am making me some cut lines here. So I go to 3/4 of an inch, follow it down, you know, you can do the whole way if you want. And then this also will be, you go in 3/4 of an inch, and this is okay, right there. If you need to have some reference lines for as far as where to stop and start. And then I am going in 1/2 inch from there. And basically that gives me my guidelines for cutting on this. And some people would say, well, you don't need to do that. Well, no, I don't, but I'm going to. I lost my other things. Oh, they're right here. I just wasn't looking in the right spot. So again, this top flap is going to be on the inside. I go in 1/2 inch, or wait a minute, 3/4 of an inch. Cover it. It'll be on the inside. Three-quarters of an inch. Half an inch. And, I mean, this doesn't have to be accurate. You don't even have to do it. This is my preference. So 3/4. Yes, Mittens, I know you're playing with your toy. She's so proud of herself because she got Poppy to whine and or yelp and come hide under my legs. What can I say? I have a sadistic cat. Okay. Put that up. And since this is on the inside, and this is the mechanism. This is going to be part of the mechanism of the slide. So I am doing a cut on the line, and the line is just to give me a guide. If I had thought about it before I put this page in here, I would have figured out where I need it to. Cut it, and would have cut it before I added on the excess or the other part of it. I mean, I could have chosen just to do this one, and before I even did this part, could have done it and that. But you see, that'll go on the inside then, and nobody will see it. And I hope it works. That's my big thing. Will it work? And the reason why I went down 3/4 of an inch was simply because this way I have a little bit of leeway here for when I when I go to the cinch and punch the binding holes. So I need to go get my plastic so I can make this happen. I need to cut my mats for it too. I think that'll be the next thing we work on. is putting this together, because I have a feeling that's going to take a little bit. And I have to go find my stuff. And like I said, this will also get the tie back added to the place where the binding goes. So, you know, I watch the videos of everybody else. I watch my sister Scrapper, Korean's Creations. May made it. What else do I watch? I watch a lot of them. A lot of the ones that do out. A lot of the Laura Dennison I've watched. They're the one who does the other hidden binding. I just go through and I look to see what they're making. And I watch a couple videos and to see if it appeals to me. If the video appeals to me, then I usually subscribe. I've watched some videos and I'm going, okay, I'm not quite sure what you're trying to get at here. They, for some reason, they just don't ring with me. They just, I don't know if it's how they do them, if it's what they're doing in that. So I'm going to end this here, and when I come back, we'll work on these slider cards, because it looks like my memory card's full. So I will see you in a few minutes.